If you're someone that's struggling to get reviews on Turo or wondering what it takes to be a top-rated host, this video is for you. Today I'm going to go over 5 secrets to making sure that you get a 5-star review every single time. If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you click the notification bell and subscribe, and also go to carrentalcoach.com if you want us to help fast-track your car rental business success. You fill out a quick 60-second survey on there, and then that will tell us if you're eligible to work with us. So today, how do I get so many 5-star reviews? What's the secret? Well, there is no secret. It's called fundamentals. Number 1, make sure that your car is well maintained. This is a non-negotiable. When I say a vehicle being well maintained, I mean checking the tire depth, making sure you have oil changes on the vehicle, making sure you get your car regularly maintained, making sure your car is inspected, making sure you drive the vehicle around from time to time to make sure nothing else is going on. You'd be surprised by how many times guests may run something over, and you would never know by looking at the exterior of the vehicle. So it's always important to make sure you ride in your car and make sure that it's driving the way you'd want a car to be rented. When you're dealing with vehicles, safety is number 1 and people's lives are in risk. So it's your responsibility to make sure that car is up to a grade A standard every time. And that's the number 1 rule to getting 5-star reviews. Number 2, this one sounds obvious, but can be a little bit more difficult than you may think. Keep your car clean and odor free. So, from having over 50 vehicles myself, let me tell you, people are going to smoke in them. It's going to happen. It's okay. You actually end up getting a $150 smoking fee at the time of this video anytime somebody smokes in your vehicle and you're able to prove it with evidence. So when I say evidence, I'm talking about ash, the actual substance they smoked, things like that. You can't prove an odor with photos, so if it simply has an odor, you're probably not going to get reimbursed, and you can buy an odor bomb for around $9 to $10 that will usually take care of that. The worst smells I've ever had, I've had to maybe use 2 odor bombs at the very most and a little bit of other cleaning product. But make sure your car is detailed thoroughly between every single trip and disinfected as well. When I pick up a rental car, I like it to be spotless, and that's the standard we hold with my rentals with Turo. So make sure you vac it out, you have deodorizer, there's a few other products as well, carrentalcoach.com, and we're also going to be starting our own product line with cleaning supplies at carrentalcoach.com. That's going to be happening in the near future, so we'll keep you guys up to date on that as well. But seriously, make sure your car is clean and make sure there are no odors. There's nothing worse than getting into a vehicle that is dirty when you're heading for vacation or just, when your car breaks down, whatever. Nobody wants a dirty car. Nobody wants to smell something bad. And you got to make sure you have the supplies and give yourself time in between trips to make sure that you can make sure the car is cleaned. Tip number 3 to receiving 5-star reviews every time. Make sure you are on time. If you're doing a handoff exchange with your keys with the guest, make sure you're at least 10 minutes early before the actual pickup. There's nothing worse for a guest than renting a vehicle when they have to be somewhere on time and the host doesn't show up. It's actually disrespectful and shows an unprofessionalism with business, and that's not a good standard to set, and you're not going to get 5-star reviews and become a top host in your market operating like that. So when you say you're going to be there, make sure you're there. I know that one sounds simple, but I've heard so many stories of guests not showing up or hosts not being there on time. So make sure communication is clear and make sure you're there when you say you're going to be. Tip number 4, clear communication. I highly recommend setting up automated Turo messages. It will make your life way easier. And in those automated messages, you can put things like pickup instructions, welcome messages to your guests, and lay out everything in a very simple manner. Some hosts actually don't have any messages set up, and they'll respond to each guest one-on-one and explain how to get the vehicle. That doesn't make any sense and is a waste of your time and also not as efficient and does not work as well with you and your communication to your guest. So make sure you have these instructions laid out very simply, as if you were a guest picking up a vehicle on Turo. This could include the pickup location, if you're doing remote handoff, perhaps a combination to the window lockbox you put on your vehicle. Could also have some information about how the car operates that you think they should know. Maybe it's a special car, locks a different way, there's a weird way to connect to the Bluetooth. All of those little things really help the guest experience, and the more you communicate in your automated messages, the less of your time you're going to have to give answering questions that you could have simply had in your instructions. So make sure your instructions are accurate, clear, and communicated well. All right, and step number 5 to receiving 5-star reviews every time. This one seems very simple, but no one does it. Ask. Set up an automated message after your guest rental ends that triggers around 15 minutes to 20 minutes after the end of their rental, simply saying, if you enjoyed your rental, please leave us a review. Don't ask them to leave you a 5-star review though, because that's against Turo's policy. Simply ask them to leave a review, and you would be surprised by how many more reviews you will receive by setting up this simple message. The fact is, many guests may have had an amazing experience with your rental, but people don't usually tend to review things over a positive experience, usually only when it's negative. I was able to actually 5 times the amount of reviews I received by adding that simple automated message. So make sure to do that, guys. And as always, go to carrentalcoach.com if you're interested in working with us directly and fast tracking your rental car success. This is George from carrentalcoach.com. Have a great day and make sure to watch our other videos too.